Okay, my name is Charles Manasseh. I'm 21 and I'm actually going to do stand-up comedy, yeah? And the reason why I picked stand-up comedy is for some reason a lot of people think I'm funny. I don't, but hey, you know what? When people think you're funny, you might as well do it. Alright, so I think I'm just gonna jump right into it. Yeah, so picking a topic to talk about was really, really hard, but I think the safest thing to do would be talk about my own country, you know. By descent, I'm actually Zimbabwean. Actually born and bred, not by descent, so that was actually a lie. And coming to Botswana, wow, that was like the best thing that could ever happen to me because I kind of moved from, you know, the turmoil and everything going on. But once I moved here, I realized that Botswana is actually turning into home. I mean, recently, y'all people have been having power cuts. Y'all have sewage flowing all over. You know, it kind of, you just walk through and you like, it just smells like home, you know? I actually miss Zimbabwe when I come into Botswana. And I'm now seeing there's a possibility of having a 500 puller note. Wow. Y'all people are thinking, wow, you know, saving on the money. We're thinking, you guys are going down. Because that's the way our country went. So y'all better be fortunate that it doesn't come. Oh yeah, and another thing. I just got news that Zimbabwe received airplanes from the Chinese embassy, you know, just to use. That was like the weirdest thing ever. You know, Chinese shoes after 2 days it messes up. A Chinese car 2 days it's fucked up. Now imagine a Chinese airplane. How that? Like imagine a Chinese airplane. You walk in, it's written on the wall: 48 seated, 22 standing. In a freaking plane. You got support bars along the seats. You got boxes because the chairs are not working, and you don't have seat belts, so you have to sit there holding each other's arms like, "Hey, don't move, man." Then when it takes off, you're like, fall backwards. This is some rubbish. Wow. And no offense to the people who grew up here, but how in the world do you live in the hottest part of the world and actually have the lightest people on the planet? What in the world is that? And then us in Zimbabwe there, it's actually cooler, but we're dark as hell. It's not even funny. But I realized something. I actually think the true Botswana, the Khoi, the original, I think they're a lost colony of Chinese people. In all honesty. Do you know that the word for go in Chinese and in Setswana is the same thing? It's Tsamaya. You know that, right? So imagine, I think it was like a group of Chinese people just saying, oh, let's leave South Africa, we go over there. They walk through. You know what? We think this is a good place to stay. We stay here. 2 days or 2 decades or 2 generations, the language starts devolving. They become Basarwa and people in the jungle and wow, Botswana is born.